Welcome back to GameSync, your ultimate source for breaking down the latest in gaming. Today we're diving into the first Berserker Khazan, a title that promises brutal, high-octane combat with a twist of dark fantasy lore. Stick around if you are ready to see if Khazan lives up to the hype. Right off the bat, the first Berserker Khazan grabs your attention with its gritty, atmospheric world. At first glance, the name Khazan might sound like it belongs to a relic from some old Eastern European epic. But don't let that fool you. This is a fresh, fiercely modern take on the Souls-like genre. Let's talk gameplay. Khazan's combat is raw and relentless. The controls feel smooth and responsive, almost buttery, allowing you to execute everything from precise parries to full-on berserker rampages. Whether you are slicing with dual blades, smashing foes with a greatsword, or strategically managing stamina with a spear, each weapon feels distinct and satisfying. What's really cool is that the game lets you respec your skills on the fly. Experimenting with your build is not only encouraged, it's essential if you're looking to conquer the game's punishing difficulty. Speaking of difficulty, brace yourself. The first Berserker Khazan is brutally hard. Every battle is a test of skill and timing. Boss encounters are intense and unforgiving. You'll need to learn their patterns, master your dodges, and commit to every attack if you want to survive. But for all its challenges, the game has a solid progression system that ensures every hard-fought victory feels earned. As for the story, Khazan presents a world steeped in betrayal and dark magic. You play as a legendary berserker, betrayed in life and reborn for revenge. The narrative might lean on familiar tropes from classic dark fantasy, but it's delivered with a flair that keeps you hooked. The rich lore unfolds gradually through environmental storytelling and evocative cutscenes, keeping you curious and engaged, even if it doesn't reinvent the wheel. Visually, the first Berserker Khazan is a treat. The character models and cutscenes boast a cel-shaded style that gives the game a unique, almost comic book-like identity. However, while the characters dazzle, some of the environmental backdrops tend to blend into a foggy haze, a minor letdown in an otherwise visually stunning experience. And let's not forget the soundtrack, a gloomy, epic score that perfectly complements the game's dark mood. Performance-wise, Khazan runs exceptionally well on modern rigs. I have seen it deliver smooth, stable gameplay on mid-range PCs and consoles alike, with hardly any bugs or frame drops. That said, if you are running it on older hardware, you might need to dial down the settings for that buttery smooth feel we all crave. So, is the first Berserker Khazan worth your time? Here's the lowdown. Responsive combat that makes every fight feel impactful. Unique weapon systems and respec mechanics that keep experimentation fun. Striking visual style with memorable cutscenes and a haunting soundtrack. Brutal difficulty, be prepared to get your hands dirty. Environmental design can feel a bit too foggy at times. Story elements lean on classic tropes, so don't expect a complete narrative overhaul. If you are a fan of Souls-like challenges with a dark, stylish twist, Khazan is definitely worth checking out, even if it isn't perfect in every aspect. That wraps up our first look at the first Berserker Khazan. What do you think? Are you ready to embrace the chaos and test your mettle against its relentless foes? But before you go, let's talk about Viper. This boss is a nightmare, striking with relentless speed and venomous attacks. If you're struggling to take Viper down, let us know in the comments, and we might just break it down in our next video. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to never miss an update. Until next time, this is GameSync, signing off.